So you're going to start off with F net equals ma, and that is Newton's law. So when you look at the problem, you've got a raft floating in the water. Okay? And said raft has a couple of forces on it. It's got gravity down and buoyant up. And that's it. Those are the only two forces. Buoyant up, gravity down. So if you've got those two, then the net force becomes buoyant minus gravity equals ma. Okay? This is going to be 0. So this is buoyant force minus gravity equals 0. And the reason this is 0 is because it's at rest, floating. So the acceleration would be 0. So add g to the other side, and you get buoyant force equals the force of gravity. If you look at a problem and it's floating, this is always true. FB equals FG. And I am totally fine with you starting here. Okay? I'm fine with you skipping these 3 steps before. I'm fine with you jumping right to FB equals FG. Totally fine with that. Okay? So FB is mass of the fluid times gravity. FG is mass of the object times gravity. G cancels because it's on both sides. So you get this. Mass of the fluid equals mass of the object. Well, that's swell. The problem is I don't know how much mass the fluid has. So how can I find that? Well, I know 2 things about the fluid. I know how much volume is displaced, and I know what the density of that fluid is. Okay? Density equals mass over volume. So you would multiply the volume to both sides. So you get density times volume equals mass. So all that's left is to put this in place, and you got density of the fluid times the volume of the fluid equals the mass of the object. And there you go. That's all we got to do to solve this. So density of the fluid is 1,025. Running out of space here. Coming over here. 1,025 times the volume of the fluid. The volume is 1.375. And that equals the mass of the object. So, this raft can hold 1,409.4 kilograms. That's how much the raft can hold. There you go. So I know I looked like I did a lot of stuff, okay? And I kind of did. Here's the important part. The important part is that buoyancy equals force of gravity. Therefore, the masses are the same. And then you just got to do the density thing. So really, you can kind of start at this point here and just substitute in for mass. That's really all you're doing. So I want you to try number 3. A boat which has a mass of 10,350 kilograms is floating on the water of a pond. What is the volume of the water displaced by the boat? So this is slightly different. Instead of having to solve for the mass, you're given the mass, and you'll have to solve for volume. Again, you know what the density is. You know what the mass is. You'll have to solve for volume. So go ahead and do 3. That's all you need to do for next time. You got a couple minutes here. You can finish it up. That's all you need to do for next time is number 3.